Okay, so I'm here in the UT Tyler Library, and I am here to discuss the idea of ectogenesis, well, the possibility of ectogenesis, and if it could be a viable solution to abortion. So, based on the two articles that I read between Singer and Wells and Saunders Stott, I personally feel that ectogenesis could be a viable solution. But before I get into my reasoning, I'm going to talk about the two different articles. So, we're talking about Singer and Wells. Singer and Wells essentially believes that ectogenesis could be a viable solution to abortion. The reason being that if you were to extract a fetus from a mother who did not want the child, they have a greater chance at life than they would if you were to abort the pregnancy and end the fetus's life, which is why ectogenesis would be more beneficial and would be more helpful. They go on to say the techniques used may be experimental, but they will be acceptable as long as they give the baby a greater chance of life than it would otherwise, which is essentially saying that even though the theories and the methods may be experimental, if it's giving the chance or the fetus a chance to live, then it'll be worth the experiment. They also go on to say, in regards to the woman having a choice whether or not to kill the fetus, that it essentially would be pointless. They say it could only be accepted if the claim that the fetus has a right to life has been disproved, and even then, it is difficult to see why a healthy fetus should die if there is someone who wishes to adopt it and will give it the opportunity of a worthwhile life. So pretty much, this is in regards to saying that even with ectogenesis, a woman would still have the option to kill the fetus. And that would almost be the same as abortion, because with the extraction of the fetus, she's still killing the child. Now, Sanders' thought is she focuses on completely different things. She focuses mainly on gender equality. Well, it's one of the big things she focuses on. And essentially, she talks about how women would be given the opportunity to be put on the same scale as men. So essentially, if a woman has a choice whether or not she's going to carry a child, she definitely has the same opportunities as men. She can do different jobs. She can hold different positions that men would normally hold, that women could not hold being pregnant. So Sanders' thought goes on to say, first, artificial wombs could ease the dilemma of having to define equality in terms of the differences or similarities between men and women, which essentially means that ectogenesis would basically break the barrier. She goes on to say ectogenesis promises to tip the scale in favor of males and female sameness. So basically meaning that when a woman has the choice whether or not she wants to carry a child, she now has the choice to rise above or to stay mediocre, essentially. And then Sanders also goes on to say, this is where the danger in that is. Were ectogenic technology readily available, a woman's choice to compete in these spheres may become even more difficult to balance with the choice to carry a pregnancy to term. As a result, many women might feel compelled to choose ectogenesis over natural birth methods in order to maintain their public position. So essentially, women would choose to have their baby made in a tube rather than made in their stomach. And that becomes an issue because women are no longer carrying children because of their job. They're putting their career before being a mom. And who's to say that's not right? It's really up to women. Now, my opinion and my argument is that ectogenesis provides a solution that satisfies both pro-life and pro-choice, because pro-life, the baby's still alive, the baby can develop, the baby has a chance to live. Pro-choice, the woman can choose whether or not she wants to have the baby, the woman can choose whether or not she wants to extract it. Women would now have the ability to be equal to men, so women would have the same opportunities, the same chances, the same job opportunities as men. Also, unplanned pregnancy would have a better solution, so we wouldn't have as many women dying from illegal abortions. And lastly, I feel like ectogenesis would not only be an American solution, but a universal solution to women all over the world, especially in countries where illegal abortion is illegal. So, yeah.